Hey everybody, what's going on? Mitchell Chirac here with the Liquid Culture. I've got the final episode here and 8 wines you should be drinking. Very timely chosen final episode. We've got holidays coming up, we've got Christmas, we've got New Year's, and can't have those holidays without a little bit of the bubbly, guys. So I've got a bottle here that is a grower champagne. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today.
The Liquid Culture.
Grower champagne. What does grower champagne mean? So grower champagne means that the champagne maker is the same person as the owner and tender of the vines that the grapes are harvested from that go into the champagne production. That may seem like a very obvious thing to most of you guys out there, but in fact, most champagne is made by big champagne houses that are looking for a house style. They contract grapes year to year from the same and some different vineyard sites, and they blend it all together in an effort to make a wine, a champagne sparkling wine that is very similar year to year, so that they have a kind of a cult following of people who say, oh, well, I like Veuve, or I like Moet, I like Bruno Paillard, I like this person, I like that person, Billicard Samon. Those people all like those particular bottles, and they want it to taste the same each and every time. With grower champagnes, oftentimes you've got vintage and bottle variation. It is a slightly more at the risk of offending anybody, I want to say it's a slightly more passionate project. Somebody who's out there tending the vines themselves, who is making a wine year to year that they choose to make depending upon what their grapes give them in that year. Not trying to meet a house style, not trying to do anything that's going to reach a mass market. They're just making champagne that they think is the best champagne possible. And so that to me is the difference, and that is to me why you should be seeking out grower champagnes. Now, just like with quite a bit of old world wine, it's not going to say grower champagne on the label. So you've got to either do a little bit of research ahead of time. You've got to watch my videos and read my write-ups where I can point out to you the champagne grower champagne producers that I really like. Or you can do something very, very simple, and that's when you go to the wine shop or liquor store, you pick out a bottle of champagne and you look for the serial number on the back. I'm going to try and see if I can't get this for you guys here. But there's a number right there, like towards the middle of the screen on the right edge of the bottle label here, and it's RM279372. That RM that starts the serial number, that tells you that this is a grower champagne. There are 3 different code initials. The code can start with 3 different sets of initials. RM is the one that dictates that this is a grower champagne. No need to go into the details on the others or anything like that, but that's what you need to look for. RM is a grower champagne. So what do we have here today? Françoise Bedel. This is the Entre Ciel et Terre. I think that means air or sky and earth, maybe? Sky and earth, I'm pretty positive. Is what that stands for. So I picked this wine because it's a nice blend. It's 35% Pinot Noir, 35% Chardonnay, and 30% Pinot Meunier. These are the 3 very classic blending grapes for champagne, and even though this is a grower champagne, it is still classified as a champagne, so they do follow all the rules and regulations of the Champagne AOC. This one was disgorged in June of 2018, so this is a non-vintage. I know that I've done some champagne and sparkling wine videos before in the past, and I've talked to you guys about vintage versus non-vintage. If you've forgotten or you haven't watched them and are unfamiliar, I would highly recommend you go back and watch some of my previous sparkling wine videos so you can learn more about the difference in vintage and non-vintage sparkling wines. This one, again, was disgorged in June of 2018, which means that this is probably a blend of some different vintages, since there's not a vintage written on the label, but that blend was put together and then aged up until 2018 on the lees. So it spent 5 years on the lees. So this wine was bottled in 2013, and then it sat on its lees, just aging for 5 years. Was then disgorged, dosed, and recorked to then age in the bottle for an additional, well, it's been now 2.5 years since this bottle came to me, and I've now opened it. So here we are with the Françoise Bedel Grower Champagne, a nice blend of all 3 of the major champagne blending grapes. Beautiful color, beautiful little bouquet of bubbles. Whoo! That smells excellent. It really, that fizz kind of comes up the nose and hits you in the back of the throat. Lots of nice toasty brioche characteristic, which is very classic of champagne, especially one that's been aged on its lees for as long as this one has. Really good fruit character, kind of a white peach, kind of floral, white flower geranium kind of floral character with that some white peach, plum skin, lots of that brioche, that buttery, bready, yeasty character. Real creamy, good high acidity, but well integrated acidity, great bubbles. Ooh, man, this is tasty. Ooh. Making a beautiful fall kale salad tonight with some roasted butternut squash, some bacon, some pepita, some goat cheese, and this is going to be an excellent accompaniment to that. Salads, usually a kind of well-known tough food pairing or a wine pairing food, but sparkling wine is always a good ace in the hole to pair with really anything that can be difficult. Bitter kale, creamy sweet butternut squash, the tangy goat cheese, all kinds of the rich bacon, smoky bacon, fatty bacon, a little vinaigrette in there. So you've got a lot going on in this salad, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what might be the right play, and this is for sure going to play well with that nice fall kale salad. I love a sparkling wine. And this is another reason I love grower champagnes, is because oftentimes they embrace the third grape, which is that Pinot Meunier. Usually Pinot Noir and Chardonnay make up the lion's share of the blends in champagne, if not single varietal champagnes with just Pinot Noir or just Chardonnay. But Pinot Meunier is low-key, well, not really low-key, I'm very vocal about it, in fact. Pinot Meunier is my favorite champagne grape, and when I can find a bottle that is either 100% Pinot Meunier or predominantly Pinot Meunier, I'm all over it. I love that this one is just a nice kind of third blend of everything, because you get a well-balanced expression of wine in this, with that Meunier coming in. The Chardonnay usually brings that real razor sharpness to the game, and then the Pinot Noir brings the fruit. Pinot Meunier, in my opinion, brings like this umami character. I love the umami character that Pinot Meunier brings to a sparkling wine blend, and this one absolutely has that. Just a fantastic bottle. Kind of pricey. Grower champagnes can be, so I would seek them out for special occasions. This is not your mimosa champagne. This is not your casual whatever sparkling wine, I will pop a bottle on a Tuesday kind of a thing. I mean, you can. I mean, today is, in fact, Tuesday. Today is, in fact, Tuesday. But I would say that for the majority of people out there, these are going to be in a slightly higher price point, $60, $80, upwards $100 for grower champagne. So maybe save it for a special occasion. Pop it as that first celebratory bottle on New Year's Eve before you get real shitty, and just really enjoy the beauty and passion that is behind grower champagnes. You will not be disappointed. Seek them out. Mitchell Chirac, The Liquid Culture, final ep of 8 wines you should be drinking. This is the last serious piece of business for The Liquid Culture in 2020. Sayonara. See you later. Going to be smooth and easy posts from here on out the rest of the year, and then we'll hit it with some really fun stuff. I've got some ideas, some things cranking around in the old noggin for 2021. The Liquid Culture. Going to get some more interviews going. Going to do a little bit more live Instagram TV, Instagram live stuff. Going to incorporate a little bit more tea, I think, because I'm really starting to take that deep dive into the tea world. I know you guys know that I've been dipping my toe in it a little bit, but we're going to have some fun stuff coming up in 2021. But Happy New Year's to all you folks out there. Merry Christmas. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Any birthdays out there, happy birthday for the rest of the year. Let's get 2020 out and over with, and move on to a more prosperous 2021. See you guys later.